Oh, hi. Thanks for stopping by. I was just getting ready to make some coffee concentrate. Oh, well, let me tell you about it. Once upon a time, I was walking through the grocery store in the coffee section, and I found some small bottles, pint-sized bottles of coffee concentrate that came with its own little cap, so you could mix your own cups of coffee with about an ounce per cup. And I read the label, and it talked about how smooth and delicious it was. So I thought I'd give it a try. There were only a couple of different flavors, and tried it out, and it was great. So I thought, well, this is really good, and didn't think anything about it. I bought it a few more times, and then one day I was reading the label, and they were talking about the history of the company. And he wrote that when he was young, his family always enjoyed making cold brewed coffee. And so I thought, well, if he's making this, and he used to make it when he was growing up, there must be a method to make it such that I didn't have to buy the concentrate. I could make my own. So I looked it up on the internet and found out that there was a company in the 1940s that was making a coffee maker especially for cold brew coffee, and that company was named Filtron. So I have a Filtron coffee maker here. This is the main brewing chamber, and it has a little sign on it that says important, the slight imperfections, let's see, which may be noticed in the glass, are part of the molding process and are not defects to the glass itself. Well, it's not very strong glass, it's very brittle, and so that's one of the problems with this particular design. It breaks very easily, and it fits into one of these types of coffee pots. It's a coffee pot, and it is very brittle also. In fact, this is so thin and brittle that they usually look like this, or like this. They have cracks in the bottom or somewhere. It just takes tapping them on something, they break very easily. So I imagine these will be very valuable someday because they're probably breaking very often. This handle is made out of bakelite, which is kind of interesting. It's the type of plastic they used in the 40s and 50s. Very decorative. They used it for jewelry and for baby teething toys. I have one here, in fact. Very interesting. This was Mary's little baby teething toy made out of bakelite, different colors, when she was a baby. So this goes inside this and balances on it, and a filter made out of, see, this is a filter. I'll rinse it out to take a look at it.
Tell how you're storing it.
This filter is very thick felt. It has a little tab at the top so you can pull on it to remove it, and it fits into the grooves that are molded in the glass and kind of domes upward a little bit. And then you've got the tab, so when it's time to remove it, you just pull on the tab, you can take it out. Now what I do, It says in the instructions to store it in cold water in the refrigerator when you're not using it. I store it in whiskey. And the reason I do that is that sometimes I don't have a chance to clean out the, it's an old filter too, it's been used for many years. And sometimes the actual brewing chamber isn't cleaned immediately. This way I know if it's in alcohol that it's been disinfected and it's fine. And worst case scenario, some of the flavor from the whiskey is transferred to the coffee, but I don't think enough that really matters.